Jay and Laura TV. We are Jay and Laura LaFoon. We're here for your life, your marriage, and your family, coming to you from
beautiful
downtown Alma. And fall has begun.
That
it's
is
beautiful
right. Well,
outside.
it is fall, and we have just gotten back from Grand Hotel. What
$30 years in December.
This is true. There were 5 really rough
But
years.
we want you to know this, we do not pretend to have this marriage thing right. But we thought that for the month of October, we would begin talking about some specific issues that people face in marriage. And the first one
Right.
Yes.
Now, but before you go, well, this doesn't apply to me. It says it might not apply to you, but you know someone who it does apply to. So listen and help someone out.
So today we're going to talk about common mistakes that newlyweds make in the first 2 years of their marriage. It was really hard for us to think back that far because, like I said, we were married 30 years, but we do
have some examples that are close to us. I don't know, and they
we
haven't made these mistakes. But
we did not look at our son and daughter-in-law and come up with these mistakes. No, we looked at ourselves. And the first one is busyness. You know, what happens is you have 2 single people who've lived their lives, and then they get married and they don't quit doing some of the things that they were doing, and they become so busy and so involved in so many things that they don't take time for themselves. So really, one of the things that we were looking at was in different cultures, we realized as we looked back through different cultures that there are different traditions that happen in that first year of marriage, but all of them have this underlying theme of spending time together.
Alone.
So as newlyweds, really looking at your schedule, looking at your lives that you're now meshing together and saying, what is it that we want to do together? What is it that we want to do as a couple? And what are some things that we can stop doing now? Because we really don't want to be that busy.
Right. Second is budget. Money. We have to talk about money because it is always an important thing. It took Laura, no lie, over 10 years to understand what it means to budget. And this was a big struggle in our marriage, not just for the first 2 years, but really the first 10 years. But budgeting is so important. And there's one reason why making a budget is important, because it frees you up. It frees you up. You get married and, you know, he's used to spending his money, she's used to spending her money. He wants a new gun, she wants a new couch. I mean, all these things can be very different, and you've got to come together and make that budget. One of the most important things in a budget is to make discretionary income, okay? Make discretionary income for each person. It might be $10 a week, it might be $20 a week. You have to make that up. You have to decide what that's going to be. But what that discretionary income does for you as a couple is allows you to say, you know what? I'm going to save up my discretionary income and buy something big that I want. And then there's no discussion because it's your discretionary income to play with. So budget. And if you don't know how to budget, there's plenty of tools out there for you to find. Just look it up, how to make a budget.
So busyness, budget, and the third one that we came up with is bedroom bliss.
Woo-hoo!
And the reason I came up with bedroom bliss is because we were
bliss.
Okay.
I just like saying bedroom
We
bliss.
were coaching a young couple who was getting married several years ago, and Jay said, okay, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to take separate pieces of paper. I want you to write down on those pieces of paper how many times a week you think you're going to have sex.
In a perfect week, how many times would you have sex? And they both wrote down the exact same number.
They wrote down the same number.
They had talked about it.
They wrote down the number 10. I started laughing. I'm like, seriously?
In a perfect week? That would be like heaven.
But what happened?
No, what I said to him, remember what I said to him? I said, listen,
Call
when
me
that
when
week
that
comes,
happens.
you got to let me know.
We haven't heard from him since. But anyway.
It's been like 10 years.
But anyway, what happens is as newlyweds, you have this idea that you're going to have sex all the time.
Woo.
And you're not. That's just reality. And the other issue is that really as young marrieds, you're not really good lovers yet. That takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of communication. It takes a lot of time. So remember that as you look at this bedroom bliss. So 3 common mistakes that we came up with for newlyweds is busyness, budget, and bedroom bliss.
But don't forsake the honeymoon. In fact, that word honeymoon, it comes from about the 5th century where they would give mead, which was a honey-based alcohol to the newlyweds to drink for a full moon, because mead is supposedly an aphrodisiac, and the full moon is how they would mark their calendar. So the honeymoon was, you're going to drink this honey-based stuff for a whole month. That sounds like it'd be fun, not have to do anything but just be with each other. But anyway, that's not the traditions anymore.
Now, you know what my honeymoon tradition was? I should have known something was wrong when my in-laws came on our honeymoon.
That's right. My parents paid for us to be in Colorado for 2 weeks to ski. The condition was that the second week they were going to join us. So
But anyway.
It was fun. But hey, we are Jay and Laura LaFoon. Find a newlywed in your life. Tell them about the 3 B's: busyness, budget, and bedroom bliss. Help them understand that they're making a life together. We're Jay and Laura LaFoon. We're here for your life, your marriage, and your family. We'll see you next week.